I know you guys hate when everyone's talking about no days off and how the systems have to be so consistent, and I get what you're thinking. It's like I'm a beginner and sometimes I miss. Look, here's the thing. You've heard me say this a million times. Like, it's fine. It's fine to miss as long as you get back on. The reason everyone's making that such a big deal is because when you're a beginner, these days where you're on, they feel amazing, and you know that this is the path you're supposed to be on. If you skip multiple days in a row because of how it makes you feel, it's just a massive tendency. You haven't figured out yet that like that the systems are actually what gains you how you feel. So what you guys will do is you'll have 2-3 days of being off and you go, oh, this is how I actually feel and how I actually am. And then you'll just start to go, that other way I was being was incorrect. This is just how I am. This is how I feel. And you'll just get stuck back in that cycle of like quitting. Do you get that? That's why you have to understand that the daily steps are to get yourself into the right place. They're not to get anywhere. If you see them that way, then when you skip some days, you don't go, oh, this is who I actually am. You go, hey, look, I don't feel great today because I didn't do any of the stuff I was supposed to do. And that's okay as long as I can get back on the shit before it's too long, and I just start straight up associating this is my new state and that the other shit was bullshit. Your days are exactly how you structure them. If you structure them to be in alignment with your goals, they feel great. You feel good. You'll still be tired at times, but your energy will be up and you will be positive. You'll see the world in a positive light. If you don't, if you start skipping the things and you go, okay, well, I skipped my exercise, I slept in, now I'm not going to eat what I'm supposed to eat. What happens is you don't feel great because that's your guiding light. That's your conscience telling you to autocorrect, right? If you don't do that, you'll just not feel great that day. Now, if you're present enough, if your self-mastery is high enough to go like, hey, I understand when I miss, I'll feel off. Or I specifically have a flow state where I take this one day off just so that I can feel at neutrality for a day. And so I can understand perspective when I go back to it. That's fine. But just understand that's what's happening. Your personality isn't even barely your personality. It wavers like crazy. All of us are all over the spectrum. You have days where you feel super high. You have days where you feel low. That's based on your habits. As long as you understand, yo, my habits have been bad today, my self-talk has been bad today, and you notice all of that, then you can get back on the path. Don't skip too much in the beginning, I promise. That's why you got to start with your goals small. You guys need to start with it small enough to where you go, okay, cool. I can do these things regularly because I'm not saying I'm going to go for an hour and a half at the gym. I'm going to do 30 minutes. I do 3 times a week. And then after that, I'm going to get to 4 times a week. You should be feeling in the beginning that variance. You should be going, wow, you know what's crazy is I almost want to do 5 days a week because I felt so much better yesterday. That's actually how I get you to understand how bad you feel when you don't do the right things. You go, oh man, I felt amazing yesterday because I journaled in the morning. I did this exercise in the morning. And when I went to work, I just was like so much better at all the things I did. And then today on my rest day, which I'm taking because I'm a beginner, I actually didn't feel that good. I need to figure out a way to start small enough to where I can do 5 days a week, 6 days a week, to 7 days a week, to where I don't have to feel terrible any day. Hit me up if you need anything.